Hey friend, I'm Hannah Lapsansky, and you're listening to the Moms Grab Coffee podcast, where moms share how they find peace and joy in the chaotic beauty that is motherhood. If you're stressed, overwhelmed, and exhausted, come join us to fill yourself up with hope and wisdom from moms who are in it too, and who will always point you back to Jesus. How many of you love sports movies? And when I say sports movies, I really mean the inspirational, motivational scenes that really get your tears going and you just want to jump up out of your seat and say, yes, go, go, go. And you feel like you're part of the team. Seriously, aren't they the best? I mean, when I think of Remember the Titans, when the team comes together and they're like, left side, strong side, left side, strong side. And of course, you can't forget the Mighty Ducks, when they come together and they say, ducks fly together, ducks fly together. Oh my gosh. I mean, it just really gets me going. I love them. So today I'm going to talk about a sports show that gained a lot of popularity and traction. They're going to make a reboot soon, I heard. But it has that similar inspirational, small-towny feel. And that is Friday Night Lights. Now, if you were a fan of this show, this statement might give you all the feels. Clear eyes, full hearts can't lose. And if you've never watched Friday Night Lights before, go check it out. It's a fantastic show, at least the first 3 seasons, before they start changing up the cast. Today, I want to focus on that very phrase, clear eyes, full hearts can't lose, and how that can be such a powerful affirmation for us as women of faith. Now, the way I read this very inspirational statement is in a progression. So if you have clear eyes, that then leads you to have a full heart, which means you cannot lose. I'm going to break down each of these. All right, so let's talk about clear eyes. Now, there are 2 prongs to this. The first is clear eyes about yourself. There's an external clear, and then there's an internal clear. And the way I'm defining clear is not that it's pure or clean or crystal-like. It's the fact that there is no filter, that you are seeing it for what it actually is. So let's talk about external clear. And what I mean by that is our physical body. No matter what kind of mom you are, a stay-at-home mom, a working mom, a mom to twins, adoptive mom, a foster mom, no matter what, we all reach physical limits. We all get exhausted. We all get stressed. And the reality is we can't do it all. The world might tell us, yes, you can. All you need to do is lean in. All you need to do is pull out your inner goddess. You need to change your diet. You need to exercise more. I mean, the world is constantly going to throw things at us to help us resolve those levels of exhaustion. And some of that is fantastic. And some of that is total baloney. But what we need clear eyes on is how we're responding when we get to those physical limits. Give your body a chance to recuperate. Clear up your calendar so you have chances to rest, which means sometimes having to say no to people. That's okay to do. Before we move on to being clear about our internal selves, I want to take a minute to talk about our physical appearance. I've had 3 kids. My tummy definitely shows that. I have that pregnancy weight that just won't come off. And so when I think about being clear about my external self, are my eyes clearly seeing my baby weight as an imperfection, something that I need to tighten up and fight, or am I seeing that as a beautiful part of becoming a mother? Now, if you're struggling with that as well, and you want to get rid of it, fantastic. Nothing wrong with that. Tell me your tips. But what we have to be clear on is making sure that that doesn't define us, that those imperfections, as the world calls it, isn't something we should be ashamed about. Okay, so let's move on to using clear eyes to see our internal selves. And this can get really complex because we have so many things going on inside of us, right? Inside our minds. I just did some research on how many thoughts we have, and we have on average 6,200 thoughts a day. So being clear and unfiltered about our mental health struggles, our limitations, what we need help with can really prepare ourselves to have full hearts. I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive because if you are clear on your anxiety and depression or maybe other mental health struggles, then how can that actually produce a full heart? Well, here's the answer. Begins with a G and ends with an us. Here's the second prong of the clear eyes. If we're clear on what Jesus has done and who he is, that then compels us to reach out once we're clear on the external and internal struggles that we're having. So how can we use clear eyes when it comes to Jesus? Well, just look to the Bible. In short, he's taken our sin and our shame so we don't have to carry it anymore. He paid the price on the cross, and that is for eternity. It's not just for that moment in the Bible. It wasn't just for those people that were present at that crucifixion. It is for eternity. So whether you are struggling with your internal body or your external body, if you are clear on the fact that Jesus redeems us, he is healer, he is a waymaker, if you're clear on that, then that will compel you to reach out to Jesus because you've already done the work on using clear eyes to see the things that you're struggling with. No filters, full imperfections, full limitations. When you've already done that work, then you know what to bring to Jesus, and he's going to bring more than what you actually bring, which is fantastic because that means he's going to do a greater work than you ever expected. And those great works in turn are going to produce a full heart. Now, in those sports movies and sports shows, usually full hearts means that they have won what they were working towards. Typically a game, they won the championship, they were the underdogs, and they came together, they worked hard, and they got what they wanted to achieve. Now, when it comes to our full hearts in the faith sense, that may not always mean that we overcome our circumstances or that God completely changes an event. Sometimes certainly does, but sometimes it doesn't. Our circumstances may still be hard, they still may suck, but we can have full hearts through it. That may mean having peace beyond our understanding when it really, really doesn't make sense. Maybe it means having courage in a situation that you'd normally shy away from. Perhaps it means no matter what happens with your circumstance, you know you'll be okay because you know God is sovereign, that he is good, that he is faithful. So once your heart is full with truth, then that ultimately means you can't lose. You can't be shaken. You're standing on solid ground because again, you're clear on your imperfections. You're clear on where you can't do it with your own strength. And that, my friend, puts you in a position to be okay with all of that because you're clear about who Jesus is and what he does for us. And when that fills our heart, there is no room for the evil one to come in and root himself into our heart. And if he can't root himself into our heart, then we can't lose. We will always win because we have the best coach of all. He's already won the championship game. So my friend, take note. If you have clear eyes, you'll have full hearts and you can't lose.